What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you all been having a great Saturday so far. In this video, we're really going to look at the rest of the month in regards to the tropics. It's been a very active start to hurricane season, just like last year. We done went through 5 names. The next name is Fred. You're going to see a lot of Fred Flintstone memes, I'm sure, out there when it does form. But when will it form? When will be the next tropical system to talk about? How much active can we be? Will we be? The rest of the month, we're already at July 10th. So we're about 1/3 through the month. So how much more active we're going to be. So we're going to get a little detailed about that, talk about what we do know, talk about what we know kind of looking in the future as far as the next couple weeks, and when is it going to get active again? When is it going to be the next tropical system to talk about? So we're going to do that. So if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, definitely appreciate it if you do. We might have a little bit of a slow period coming up. So growth in the slow period is always the most important thing. And as active as it's been the last month, I got a lot of growth and it's so appreciated. But in these slow times, it's kind of hard to get growth. So thank you all for the people who keep watching. Thank you for the amazing support, and I hope that my videos help you guys out. Also, I do want to mention, I only like to do this about once in a month because I don't like to talk about it. To be honest with you, it makes me kind of uncomfortable, but I do want to throw it out there. I have a join tab. Basically, you join. It's like $10 a month. Basically, the money just kind of goes to storm chasing. Unfortunately, the trip down to Tampa, I drove 20 hours in a 22-hour period basically for nothing, basically to see some palm trees just blow in the wind. It was a big-time failure. Been storm chasing, not hardcore, but pretty actively for about a year and a half, and it was probably my least favorite chase by far and the most exhausting chase, and it just didn't work out. And it costs money to put into that, and sometimes you just don't get it back in return, not even close. So that's an opportunity. I also have my PayPal link in my bio. So I don't like to talk about that, but it's much appreciated if you do that. If not, you watching this video right now is appreciated enough. So thank you. Also, if there's anything that I can pray about for you guys, definitely drop it in the comments. It gives me an opportunity to pray for you, and it gives others the opportunity to pray for you and to look out for you guys. So prayer is powerful. So let's definitely take advantage of that. So let's get going here. What we're going to do, we're going to go through the GFS ensembles. We're going to look at the European ensembles, and we're going to talk about other factors that could promote or not promote tropical systems from developing in the tropical Atlantic or the Gulf of Mexico, and talk about what is going to be in place over the next couple weeks. So let's look at the GFS really quick. I have no idea why we're so far out. Let's back it up a little bit. So if you don't know where we're at, 18Z Saturday. So right now, and the date's right here. If it's hard to see, I do apologize, but July 10th. So I'm going to roll on through here and just look in this area right here. This is called the MDR, Main Development Region. This is basically an area we definitely watch more so as we get into August. But, look right in here and then look in the Gulf of Mexico, which is a more favorable area to watch at this time of the year. Going through in time, we're getting late next week. We're getting into about a week out. There's just nothing. You see a big-time hurricane trying to develop off the coast of Mexico, Central America. That is a possibility. But then again, I don't talk about that area much. I normally stick with talking about the eastern U.S. and the southeast, northeast, mid-Atlantic areas. But we're going through in time. We're getting about 10 days out, and I'm just still not seeing anything developing here. Just regular tropical moisture. Some tropical waves tried to get off the coast of North Africa, and they just don't really get going. And I don't see really anything going on up in here in the Gulf of Mexico or the Western Caribbean. There's just nothing. So looks pretty quiet on the GFS. You look at the GFS ensembles, and basically you look for clusters and areas, and Levi does a really good job with tropical tidbits of showing basically the brighter colors you start seeing as more of more favorable areas of basically the ensembles trying to show low pressure development. But you look here and you just don't see really anything developing. You see a big time tropical wave try to come off the coast of North Africa here in about a week, but then the signal goes away, and there's just not much signal. There's just nothing really going on out there. Nothing you see consolidated that looks like a tropical threat at all. We really start to look at this region when we get into late July, early August. And right now, there is a tropical wave deep in North Africa. But all signals show that this will not develop into anything. You look at the European, this goes 10 days out, 240 hours out. Same thing, you just see tropical moisture in the tropical Atlantic down here, just regular Gulf moisture down here. Really no even surges of moisture at all, just nothing. It's just really quiet over the next 10 days at least, which goes out to the 24th of July. You see a wave try to form kind of in that same time frame GFS forms it, but there's no signs that it's going to maintain development at all. One thing I like to look at is what I call the good old SpaghettiOs on weathermodels.com. Basically looks like SpaghettiOs, little circles that try to pinpoint, this is the European ensembles, any kind of development. You notice the action going on right here. That is tropical waves trying to get off the coast of North Africa. But there is no signals at all over the next week to 10 days that anything's going to make it. This is going about 8, 9, 10 days out, and there's just no signal. Looks very quiet. So I want to look at this really quick. This is Saharan Dust. It's a really cool outlook here. It only goes 90 hours out, so not very far out. I do want to mention, if you're in Texas, it actually, you might have some hazy looks to the sky as we get basically into as early as tomorrow. There's basically a plume of dust, Saharan dust, that's in the Gulf of Mexico right now that should make its way from the southeast to the northwest into parts of the southeast areas of Texas and areas of Louisiana also. I don't know if you guys remember that big old outbreak. It says outbreak like it's a terrible bad thing. It's really not. But big old area of Saharan dust that made it into the southeast last year. It was very visible where I was at in Colombia. Very, very visible. But I'm showing you this because look at all the Saharan dust in the main development region right here in the tropical Atlantic. And there's more coming off the north coast of the northern Africa, which is the Saharan desert basically. This goes all the way out, only 90 hours out. But, when you have this much Saharan dust in place, that's dry air, right? So tropical systems do not like dry air. And all signals show kind of that we're going to continue to get large plumes of dust coming off of North Africa. So that is definitely something to check out. Another thing here, this is something that I'm still learning on. I have some decent knowledge on it, but I still have a lot to learn. That's one, guys, I want to be honest with you guys. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to get better. I'm not going to try to pretend like I'm a know-it-all with the weather, but I like to think that I know a little bit more than your average person, right? So, or I wouldn't be making these videos on YouTube. But this is what it's called like a Kelvin wave. It's the MJO. And basically when you see this, and this only goes out. This goes out from the past, the present time. So right now, the main development region is what you call is in a suppressed state. It's these orange, reddish colors. When you have the bluish colors, that's when you have more favorable conditions for tropical development. But conditions week 1, week 2 out, and this is by hopefully I say his name right, Michael Ventris. Great site. It's just like Levi's site at Tropical Tidbits. There's a way to donate to his stuff. These guys let you look at this stuff for free. It's really awesome. Great stuff. But right now, the main development region has went into a suppressed state. Kelvin wave in place and just not favorable. And the next 1 to 2 weeks look the same way. So we'll continue to monitor. One thing that this does, when this is in place, I've talked a little bit about it in my previous videos, but it creates something called a TUTT, T-U-T-T, and basically that is an upper level low that's really common this time of year that kind of forms right in here and basically enhances what we call the Caribbean graveyard, which is just south of the Eastern Caribbean islands and around the Lesser Antilles. If you remember, Elsa actually struggled in this area right here. And most tropical systems, if they make it here this time of the year, do not do well. A lot of times they're shredded apart. And there's just the upper level low that creates a lot of shear. And when the MJO is in this state, from what I read and when I did research, that enhances this. And basically the shear you see, this is deep level shear. So the reg right here, check out, I'm going to go 368 hours out, I believe, on the GFS, and look how it just stays. It stays in that state all the way through. Sorry, my computer's lagging a little bit. So, you know, we're getting into next week. Notice the shear down there. This is the Caribbean graveyard. So if anything was to develop right here, it would get right here and it would probably get sheared apart and weakened. Tropical systems do not like shear, but you notice the lines right here buckling. That's basically weakening the Atlantic ridge, and basically it's just an upper level low creating shear. It's just like when an upper level low forms over the U.S. during a severe weather outbreak. It creates a lot of shear. Shear promotes tornadoes, but in this scenario, tropical systems can't handle shear. Basically, the upper level winds rip them apart. That's why the upper level winds aren't favorable, because of the intense shear. But going through here, it looks like that's going to be in place down there big time. So what I'm saying in this video is it looks like, I won't say the entire month, but at least like the last week of July, it's going to be not active at all in the tropics. We're going to have a quiet time, which is normally the case in July. I tell you what, sometimes in hurricane season, you don't really get your first big time tropical system until August. The first hurricane until August. This happens a lot. So, but let me tell you, all signs are pointing to an active start, active kickstart to hurricane season starting early August. I really think August is going to be a big month for hurricane season. Don't have really a lot to back it up, but I've done some research, and some guys are a little bit smarter than I am, and they seem to think so too. So we'll continue to monitor it, but I think over the next few weeks, it's just going to be a typical summer patterns in place here in the eastern U.S. As we're about to enter the dog days of summer, hottest part of summer coming up here in a couple weeks. So getting closer to fall, but that's all I got. That's my update, guys. I hope y'all hope that helped you guys out a little bit, but that's all I got. So thank y'all for tuning in, and thank y'all for the support. Y'all have a blessed and awesome night.